They finish up their test rides, and everyone makes it back safely.
It basically returns you to kind of like being a kid. It's a new experience. It's a brand new experience. It's really visceral. That surprised me, how visceral it is. It's really like, it's a bit, you know, everyone says biking's like flying, and I think once you've been biking for a long time, you forget. That was it.
When I was first on the bike and going around some of those curves, I was a bit terrified.
Yeah, because, right.
Because you're not sure if the bike's going to really be stable or go over. You feel the centrifugal force a lot more than you do on a regular bike.
I think an adventurous person who hasn't quite made it into motorcycles, right, but would get on pretty well with this. And I think as long as they feel comfortable with that whole like moving around the corners
well,
thing.
Somebody that's never ridden, they don't have that issue.
With motorcyclists like Pete, what you have to watch out for, and I noticed Pete was doing this a lot, he was actually dragging his feet because that's how he rides.
A tour faux pas.
There we go, that's right, yeah.
I'm going to lose my balance any second. Let me
put my foot down in the corners, there you go. Not the knee down.
Tomorrow will be the real test, as Pete will be riding with a much more experienced group. Scott briefs the crew on events for the following morning.
By the time you're done riding tomorrow, you'll say, I'm pretty good with this.
Yeah, I'm grinning from ear to ear.
Yeah, right. This is good. The wow factor.
I just swear, it's just great. I can't wait to get on the bike tomorrow.
Because it's something you haven't experienced before. Hopefully we're exceeding any expectations, because everybody has a preconceived conception of what's this going to be like, especially somebody like yourself. You've seen it at the New York City show.
Yep.
You've read about it. You've seen the online stuff.
Is it going to be safe to ride with me on the back?
Did I pass the test?
Did you pass the test? Well, is the safety test? Or do I need a harness?
Well, the question is, did I get a wheel off the ground?
Our lawyers are dreaming now.
Right.
Spinning with it.
So we'll look forward to the Can-am stunt team who are taking the chip out.
Not anytime soon.
All right.
The group's Spyder ride to Lake Placid will be meeting at 7 a.m. sharp.
Going straight up into the Adirondacks through Route 9 and Route 73, for those that anywhere knows the North Country.
Lake George itself is a 32-mile long body of pure drinking water. It's the perfect place for riding and discovering the abundant beauty of these pine-covered mountains and curvy roads. Tomorrow, the crew will be joined by other Spyders for a 3-hour jump through the scenic Keene Valley.
Here we are at Americade 2009, and it's time for ice cream.
Perfect.
It's Pete from Two Wheels to Anywhere. Kickstands up. Kickstands up.
Our sound man Ken has been itching to try out the Roadster, and now is his chance. On the way back to their hotel, the team stopped for gas, and Ken takes the bike out for a spin.
I think in general, it feels a lot like an ATV, where you basically had to lean on the outside of the turn, which is opposite of what you would do on a motorcycle, which is you put your weight in the inside of the turn. And then basically there's also kind of a trust factor there, because the machine does feel like it wants to tip over. Basically, it's just part of the laws of physics. And once, if you can feel it tipping over, kind of leaning over on the turns, but you just kind of lean with it.
We're amazed to find out how much attention the Spyder gets when it's out on the road. People can't help but stare, and I have the feeling Pete loves it too.
And what I find is that on high-speed turns...
Did you feel like you're actually turning too much, or you're actually turning too little?
You basically want to just... there's a tendency to weave, right? Even when you go down the road, because you've got a death grip. everyone's got a death grip for the first couple of 100 miles, you know. And so loosen up, and that's the secret. Basically, it's going to flow. The whole bike is doing this, right? Because it's the normal camber of the road. And so of course that means that the bars turn. So you want to get into a turn, you know. So keep yourself in the middle of the road. Watch out for your right wheel just off the center line.
Coming up next, we meet some serious Spyder riders en route through the Keene Valley.
Actually, no, I saw one in the magazine, and the next day went to my dealer to ask about it and put a deposit down.
My wife got the flyer in the mail, and she goes, I would be interested in this.
I got my kickstand up, Sunday night down, ready to ride.